Okay, welcome back inside. In the first video, we talked about why I'm doing all of this. In the second video, we talked about how I'm going to do all this. This is a third video that's going to get into the details, where the rubber meets the road, per se. Now, the Alde system was made in Europe, which means that the size of their fittings, the size of the hose, it's very available in Europe, but not available in America. You get some trouble. So what I would need to do is, like I said, I'm going to cut the pipe and put a T in it with a drain in it. Well, if you can go to the Alde website, you can find the T's and stuff. They are expensive and they take a long time to ship. So I wanted something that was going to work for America. So in my research, that black pipe, that heat loop pipe, it's made out of a product called EPDM, ethylene propylene diene monomer, EPDM pipe. It is 22 millimeters inside diameter, and that's what's important. It's 22 millimeters. Well, if you look at American sizes, you're going to find it's difficult to find a T that is that has an outside diameter of 22 millimeters, and that's where some pretty cool, some tricks. This is a piece of 3/4 inch copper pipe. You recognize this. All pipe is measured by its internal diameter. That's why they call this 3/4. What its outside diameter is, it varies depending on wall thickness and stuff. But here's the cool part. This pipe, this 3/4 inch pipe, goes inside, would normally go inside this 3/4 inch T, just like that. Well, 3/4 inch plus the outside diameter of this, plus the wall thickness of this pipe, plus the wall's thickness of this pipe, means that the standard copper T, which is 3/4 inch, 3/4 inch by 1/2 inch, that copper T is, let me open this up a little bit. That copper T is exactly the right size for that pipe. It's 25 millimeters. The EPDM tubing is 22 millimeters. That'll give me exactly the size. When you press this on, it'll be exactly the right size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that pipe. I'm going to insert this. I'm going to take a piece of this 1/2 inch, about that long, about 1 inch long right there, and sweat. You'll these. If you're a plumber, you know what I mean when I say sweat. It's basically solder an extension down there. And then I'm going to solder on that threaded pipe end, and I'll have a cap underneath my trailer. Really straightforward. So at the very lowest spot on the passenger side and the lowest spot on the driver's side, I will have basically that drain right there. So I'll get underneath the trailer, take this cap off. All the liquid will drain here because this is the absolute lowest spot on this side. Do it on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up 2 of these assemblies. And I've got a bag or a box of hose clamps, those typical worm hose clamps that go around there. Put one here, and we're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and make some of these up. I'm not going to teach you how to do soldering on this kind of stuff. If you know how to do it, great. If you don't, there's lots of other videos out there in how to do this. But next time you see me, I'll have 2 of these made up. So let me get at it. And presto, here's a couple of nicely sweat soldered drains. Really sweet, really nice and clean. Give you a couple of hints here. Number one is, if you're a plumber, use lead-free solder. Don't put lead in here, because this is going to be in a system that not necessarily you drink from, but it might. If you had some leak or some failure, you might get some of that in your drinking water, and you don't want to do that. So just use lead-free solder. After you're done soldering, clean it all out. You don't want clean the inside out, clean it. You don't want any of that flux that you've used to get into your Alde system, so clean it all out. So now I'm going to go ahead and find the locations that are free. I can drill down through the bottom of my trailer to mount this down into, connect the black hose to that end, black end of that hose to that end, put some hose clamps on both sides of that to keep it in place. I'll put a cap on the bottom, maybe a little bit of pipe dope around it, and a cap on the bottom, and refill my system. So stay tuned for the next video. That's where we're going next.